September 7th, 2025. To the casual observer, this date may not stand out. But for BTS's Jimin and the millions who love him, it marked a quiet victory. His rise to the 48th spot on the Musician 100 daily chart. In a month overshadowed by controversies, debates, and swirling rumors, this achievement might look small compared to headline-grabbing awards or million-selling albums. Yet for ARMY, this number was everything. It was a declaration, a message to the world. Jimin's star power cannot be dimmed. The Musician 100 daily chart doesn't hand out trophies. It doesn't rely on once-a-year hype. It's updated daily, reflecting real-time engagement, streaming numbers, listener loyalty, and global interaction. To appear on it at all, especially in the top 50, means an artist is consistently commanding attention across the world. For Jimin, whose solo projects like Crazy already shattered records in 2023, this ranking in September 2025 is proof of something far deeper: stability. Amid turbulence, his music continues to echo globally. ARMY streams not out of obligation, but out of love. September hasn't been easy for Jimin. Dating rumors with actress Song Da-yoon went viral, fueled by old connections and speculative posts. Blonde hair photos reignited the internet, sparking both joy and scrutiny. The MTV VMAs 2025 ended with him nominated, but ultimately losing to Blackpink's Lisa, igniting fan debates over fairness and the definition of K-pop. For any other artist, such headlines might overshadow their artistry. But Jimin is not any other artist. Every time negativity tried to drown him, ARMY answered louder, with love, streams, and unwavering defense. And the result? His name rising to number 48, etched into the Musician 100 daily, as if to say, controversy is temporary, but music lasts forever. When Jimin reappeared with blonde hair, the fandom erupted. For longtime ARMY, this wasn't just a style choice, it was a time machine. It evoked eras like Blood, Sweat and Tears, DNA, and Fake Love, when Jimin's blonde look became iconic. Fans flooded social media with messages like, "We are so back. Blonde Jimin means comeback season is near." One photo and he breaks the internet again. The timing was poetic. At the height of dating drama, Jimin remembered everyone why they fell in love with him in the first place. Not through words, but through presence. That visual cue, combined with fan dedication, directly boosted his streaming numbers. Within days, his chart performance reflected the momentum. What makes Jimin's journey remarkable is not just his talent, but his bond with ARMY. Through every storm, his fandom becomes his armor. When detractors mocked his VMA's loss, ARMY trended hashtags celebrating his artistry. When tabloids speculated about his private life, ARMY drowned out the noise with playlists and streaming parties. On September 7th, social media buzzed with pride over his chart placement. Hashtag 48 is not a ranking, it's a love letter written by millions of us. Numbers don't define him, but they prove us right. Jimin is unstoppable. Every climb is our victory. We will never let him stand alone. This unwavering support shows that Jimin's career is not dictated by the industry, but by the people who believe in him. To understand the weight of this new achievement, one must look back. In March 2023, Jimin became the first Korean soloist in history to debut at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Like Crazy. His album, Face, became one of the best-selling solo debuts in K-pop history. He consistently topped iTunes charts in over 100 countries, proving his global pull. Fast forward to 2025, and his re-entry into a top global ranking like the Musician 100 shows longevity. It's not a fluke. It's not a lucky viral hit. It's sustained relevance 2 years after his solo debut, at a time when new idols emerged daily. Industry impact: what this means for BTS's future. BTS as a group is preparing for a new album and a world tour in 2026. Industry insiders believe Jimin's strong solo presence will heavily shape the group's strategy. Will he be featured more prominently in the comeback teasers? Could his solo popularity influence BTS's next single choice? Might HYB push for a dual solo group rollout, letting Jimin bridge both worlds? One thing is clear. Jimin's consistent popularity reassures fans and labels alike that when BTS returns, they're not just coming back, they're coming back to dominate.
Some ARMY went even further, finding symbolism in the number itself. In numerology, 48 can represent resilience, endurance, and transformation after hardship. For Jimin, standing tall at number 48 after weeks of turbulence feels almost scripted by destiny. It's as if the universe is whispering, "You are strong enough to endure, and this is just the beginning." Beneath the statistics and headlines lies the heart of the story, Jimin's humanity. Fans often recall his vulnerability, his confessions of self-doubt, his tears during concerts when he worried about not being enough. Every chart milestone, no matter how small it seems, feels like a promise fulfilled, that the boy who once feared failure is now celebrated worldwide. For ARMY, cheering him on isn't just fandom, it's a relationship, a shared journey of growth. The Musician 100 placement is more than just about Jimin. It's a prelude to the storm BTS is about to unleash. If Jimin, amid personal challenges, can rise to number 48 solo, imagine the explosion when all 7 reunite with new music, stages, and a global tour. It signals that ARMY is not dormant. They're waiting, ready, mobilized. And Jimin's success is proof the fire is still alive. When the Musician 100 daily chart updated on September 7, 2025, the reaction was instantaneous. Across the globe, from Seoul to Sao Paulo, from Jakarta to New York, fans began flooding timelines with one shared message: we did it. It wasn't about achieving number 1. It wasn't about topping the charts or breaking the next Guinness record. It was about loyalty. It was about defiance. It was about showing the world that when Jimin is tested, ARMY answers. Within hours, hashtags like Jimin Top 50, Proud of You Jimin, and Jimin Global It Boy trended worldwide. What looked like a small win to outsiders became a global wave of pride. The weeks leading up to September had been heavy for Jimin. Rumors of his alleged relationship with actress Song Da-eun were dissected endlessly by tabloids. Old photos resurfaced. Invasive speculation about his private life overshadowed his artistry. For some celebrities, such storms can shatter careers. But for Jimin, it did something different. It galvanized ARMY. Fans mobilized en masse, determined not to let whispers define him. Streaming campaigns doubled. Old songs like Serendipity and Promise surged on Spotify. Playlists labeled Protect Jimin were shared thousands of times. One ARMY tweet went viral. If they try to bury him with lies, we'll lift him with streams. If they try to silence him, we'll sing louder. Jimin doesn't stand alone. And they meant it. The chart result on September 7th wasn't just the work of algorithms. It was an act of love. For those outside the fandom, the Musician 100 daily ranking might seem minor compared to the grandeur of Billboard or Spotify Global. But to ARMY, it carries something Billboard never could: authenticity. Unlike industry awards often clouded by politics, payola, or Western bias, the Musician 100 is raw. It reflects genuine daily engagement. No corporate machine can manufacture that. And that's why ARMY embraced number 48 as a badge of honor. A fan on Weverse wrote, "This number proves it's not about media manipulation. It's us. It's our love. It's real." Echoes of history. Jimin's pattern of defiance. This isn't the first time Jimin has turned adversity into triumph. Fans remember, in 2018, during the Love Yourself era, he battled intense self-doubt, questioning his worth as a performer, only to deliver one of BTS's most iconic performances with Fake Love. In 2023, when skeptics claimed his solo debut wouldn't make a dent, he silenced them by becoming the first Korean soloist in history to top the Billboard Hot 100. In 2025, When gossip tried to reduce him to headlines, he rose again, this time on the Musician 100 Daily. The pattern is clear. Every attempt to pull him down has only made him stronger. Across continents, fans celebrated the September 7th milestone as if it were a festival. Online threads brimmed with emotional posts. From Seoul, he once said he feared not being enough. Today, he stands at number 48 in the world. He's more than enough. He's everything. From Brazil, numbers are numbers, but for us, this is a revolution. This shows Jimin's name will never be erased. From Indonesia, we see you, Jimin. We hear you. We will always make sure the world hears you too. From the United States, the media tries to frame him as scandal, but the charts frame him as legend. These weren't just fan statements, they were declarations of loyalty, the kind of devotion most artists can only dream of.